Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. It is La Liga Team of the Season today in FC26, the final league of Team of the Season that we are going to be getting. Not the final week, because we still have one more after this, but the final league release, and maybe one of the most exciting, not just because of La Liga cards that are coming out today, but also because of Liga F, and the most popular and overpowered card in this game getting a 4 playstyle plus team of the season. We of course have the Liga Portugal cards that are coming out, but it's not about the cards that we can pack because we know the weight's probably not going to be as good as it was this week for League 1. It's about the SBCs, the evolutions, and maybe some other content that we are looking out for today, with Evos going up to max 91 and one of the most overpowered gold cards in the game finally getting an SBC to make her obtainable. We got to talk about everything today, guys, including some market news as well that I think we're going to see movements today on, and a lot more. If you're excited for this one, drop a thumbs up to the video, hype the video, and of course subscribe if you are new. Now, we're going to cover yesterday's Thursday content. There's actually a decent bit from what happened yesterday on Thursday. I know we didn't post a video on Thursday yesterday, so I want to run over just a couple of things. First, in objectives, a whole bunch of SP. I have it noted that there was about 15,000 or 16,000 SP that was dropped yesterday, with huge chunks of that being in the manager career modes, in the clubs modes for these seasonal objectives. Those refreshed, I guess, yesterday. So make sure you're getting involved there if you're wanting to finish the season pass as fast as possible. I'm way behind in that regard. I'm level 12 right now, but I just wanted to mention that there is some new SP that you can get inside of the seasonal tab, and of course inside of the kind of like other game modes tab in there as well. Hit L2, boom, you'll see all that stuff there. Now let's go to evolutions, where we have a nice chain evo. I know people are tired of max 88 evos, but I still have a couple of 88 rated cards that I am really excited to boost up through these evos, like Ronaldinho. I need to boost up Ronaldinho through the evo that we got on Wednesday, and then this evo from yesterday as well. He's getting ball control to 94 and composure to 94 for me through this evolution, and he stays an 88 rated card. It's 5 times repeatable. I am definitely putting Dino through the new keep the ball evo and the quick twitch. Both of those two, Dino, perfectly made for him. But of course, those are chain evos. I know people are looking for something more exciting and something that gives a bigger boost. Well, that comes today. But let's look at the SBC content that we had yesterday to kind of round things out for the content that was dropped inside of the game. We have a showdown between Tierney and Shanklin. We got Celtic versus Hearts. Yes, of course, 90 rated cards, which EA have been doing recently for the showdowns, and they do have decent stats. Finesse and Jockey for a left back is very intriguing, and then Enforcer and Striker for Shanklin maybe makes them a bit usable. I mean, they are pretty cheap. They're both one squad to do in 20,000 coins. That is nice. Now, speaking of cheap, we've got Doué, who is Doué's brother. I forgot about this. Was reminded when he was first leaked earlier this week that is Doué's brother, like Doué from PSG. This is his brother, right? He's got a very nice, very cheap team of the season right back SBC here. He has an 86 rated squad with a team of the week or team of the season as the requirements, and the card itself looks really, really solid for the price it is. Like, I know maybe a lot of us have cards that are this good or better as our right backs right now. He can also play center back, and he's 6'2" and lengthy. Maybe that's the place where a lot of people are wanting to use this card. But with the stats that he has, the play styles that he has, no anticipate. But you know what? Honestly, playing him at right back or center back, he'd be a really solid card for a cheap price of 25,000 coins according to Footman. So that's very nice. Again, that's the trend this week. Cheap player SBCs, which is super dope. Also, yesterday, the daily bronze, silver, and gold upgrades did refresh. Want to mention that because that was released yesterday. Also on Thursday, or on Wednesday, sorry, we had the League 2 honorable mentions. We had the showdown for Merlin and Traore. And we had the League 1 TOTS upgrade, which I need to do myself before this one expires in the next couple of days. But I need to make sure to get that one done from Wednesday. But that was basically all the SBC content that we had. The other things I want to discuss are in relation to some news. First of all, we have a vote for Premier League Player of the Season. Now, guys, this is something that we look forward to towards the end of the year every year. Started way back when, maybe FIFA 17 or 18, where they would release a Player of the Season SBC and a Young Player of the Season SBC from the Premier League and a couple of other leagues. Now, I can't quite remember if we got one last year, but what normally EA do with this is whoever wins this award, their Team of the Season card ends up getting released as an SBC. It takes a couple of weeks, right? This vote takes a bit of time as well, but of course that would mean Bruno Fernandes could potentially be getting an SBC, and that'd be a 4-play style plus card. Again, it is not a guarantee, but it is a possibility, as he would be the front runner for this award. Of course, this award as well is on for a vote right now on EA's website. So it doesn't say anything at the bottom about the potential SBC release of this, but there's at least a possibility, and we have to keep that in mind. The last thing I want to talk about from yesterday, there was a lot going on with FC27. It's crazy to say that. FC27 news and leaks. And yeah, there's a lot of thoughts that I have just from scrolling through some of the tweets that were put out yesterday. Some of the things are interesting to me. Some of the things are like, here we go again, man, right? The cycle, the repetitiveness continues with the leaks coming out super early. And I actually think that a lot of these leaks are going to be true, because a lot of leaks that we had for FC26 last year this early ended up being true. But I don't want to talk too much about those in today's video. We're going to do probably another dedicated video on that in the future, and probably some other content related to the FC27 stuff as well once I get back to the setup and I'm able to fully kind of see this stuff. I know nothing about this. I know since I'm in the EA creator program, you guys might think that I get news about. I'm not hiding any. I know nothing about this. I know absolutely zero about the pack animation changing, about some collection book situation, and then SBCs. Like, I have a lot of thoughts about this, and I have a lot of thoughts about FC27 in general and what it needs to be, and how I've said this, I'm going skeptical into this year of FC27 based on how the start of FC26 was and all the promises that they were giving us and making to us, and really those promises that didn't feel fulfilled throughout the year this year, specifically around the communication. But it's still very early doors for the FC27 leaks. Of course, it is pretty big news that has been released, but we're going to talk about that in the coming days. That sounded like EA. We'll talk about that probably this weekend and early next week. We'll do a video about that, and probably put out some other short form content related to that as well. But I just want to kind of sit in it, look at it, and kind of digest it before I make some comments on it. But let's talk about La Liga team of the season. That's what we are here for today, guys. And actually, before I do that, we got to end off League One team of the season with these player picks. I hadn't opened the 91 plus player picks yet that were released earlier in the week, and I've got 2 of them sitting here. I didn't get to open as many picks or packs as I would have really liked to this week, especially with the pack weight being as good as it was for League One. But we at least got a couple of picks here to try to send real fast. I opened that store pack in the last video that we uploaded, and it was shocking. Those are shocking as well. But the main thing that we learned that made League One TOTS different this week was the pack weight, right? The 82 plus player picks that we had for League One team of the season were just giving out blues left, right, and center. And with us going into La Liga team of the season today, I hope that the pack weight's about to be that good again. But guys, we got to be realistic here. I don't think for the arguably, some would say first most hype league, but a lot of would say second most hype league of team of the season, I can't imagine that the weight is going to be like it was during League One. But these are the cards that we're chasing today. Let me check that this is working again. Yeah, we're good. These are the cards that we're chasing today in packs from La Liga team of the season. I'm going to show you the men's team. We're going to look at the women's team, and of course, the League of Portugal. This has been leaked for a few days, but Lamine Yamal, these are official stats, by the way. Lamine Yamal leads the team. Pedri, Mbappe, Eric Garcia, who looks very good. Tchouameni, Mariki, Llorente, Carlos Romero, Valverde looks very good as well. Arda Güler has the TOTS exhibition card, and a lot of people, I saw a tweet about this, and I want to pull it up for you guys in a second. A lot of people are drawing conclusions to the Arda Güler situation that happened, to what they think, or to what happened with the Endrick. So a lot of people packed Endrick from that 450,000 coin store pack that had a player pick in it, right? A lot of people think that Güler is going to be super packable like Endrick was, because he is a decently rated TOTS exhibition card, and it seems like those player picks give out a high rate of those TOTS exhibitions. So we'll see if that's the same situation. So again, that's EA almost probably making more money from the store if they do something like that. But that's just one thing to kind of watch out for. Overall, this team looks really good, especially the middle of the top tier cards. It's La Liga. There's big names. There is a lot of hype. Now, there's also a good amount of hype for Liga F with that Claudia Pina 4-play style plus, absolutely insane card. Puteas looks very good as well. There's probably going to be like a sleeper from this team. And you know what? Maybe Athenia is not a sleeper, but her card looks crazy. Caroline Weir for a cam. Tiki Taka, technical and finesse with 96 dribbled, 95 passing. Looks really good as well. Esme Brooks looks really good. Onabate, Payor. Like, there's a lot of great names that are in this team as well. So, you know, that's why I don't think the pack weight's going to be great. It's La Liga. It's big names. Liga F, same thing. But we'll just have to see. This is the Liga Portugal team this season with the Suarez, the Pavlidis. Again, we've looked at a lot of these cards. If you want to take a quick screenshot and zoom in on the card stats that you want to look at or pause the video, then go ahead and do so. But really, what we're excited for today, guys, is, of course, what is coming with the Evo content and with the SBC content. Actually, last thing I want to mention in relation to La Liga. Guys, remember last year, the red picks for La Liga were super overpowered? Kind of reminds me of how the red picks were super overpowered this week for League One. I'm really curious to see if that's going to happen for La Liga. Like, this was I think I got 8 or 9 wins last year. I was away as well last year with the background being different, if you guys remember that. But Pedri, Griezmann, and Rudiger in the same champs player pick. It was absolutely crazy. So we'll have to see if that happens again this year for La Liga, see if EA juiced the weight. But, of course, that'll be a very, very important point of the content that is incoming. Today is the weekend league rewards, and the weight for those people will be chasing. I guess, you know what? I got one more thing to say about these cards that are coming into packs today. Timing the buys. Let's say you want to buy a La Liga TOTS card as they come into packs today. What we've noticed in the past few weeks is that in the first 15 minutes or so, some of these cards get listed up and they get really cheap. Like, there's some store packs that get opened. People probably do have some save packs for today. Like, I've been saving a couple of packs for this team as well, also because I haven't had as much time to open packs this week, if I'm being completely honest. So I've got a few packs, but nothing super crazy. I just think there's going to be some more packs apply hitting straight away today with save packs, maybe save weekend league rewards, rivals rewards. These cards could get really cheap in the first 15 to 30 minutes, have some spikes after that, but then of course they would drop into the nighttime as people pack them from FUT Champs rewards and their supply goes up. And then of course we know what happens on Saturday, right? These cards drop a ton. So if you want to try somebody today, watch their price in the first 30 minutes, the first hour for sure. If it's an expensive card, it's risky to buy a card first hour, but if it's trying for somebody for champs, you can get involved potentially then, and then you're going to want to sell that card before we get too long into the night and before FUT Champs keeps going. Now, let's talk about the SBC player for today. The content is coming in-game. We have Caroline Graham Hansen. That's got to be the SBC, right? When you take a look at the leaked list of players, you got Vicky Lopez, Hansen, and Alvarez. Those would be like the 3 potential SBC cards that I would think could come today. The biggest names always drop on Fridays, right? Alvarez and Hansen sounds like a pretty good SBC day, if I'm being honest. That Hansen card, again, the stats compared to the team of the year are not that crazy, but like, it's Caroline Graham Hansen. She is 5-star, 5-star, one of the best right wing, right mid players in this game, as a gold card from the start of the year and as she gets promo cards throughout the year. If this SBC is priced correctly, it could be a banger. I'm talking like it needs to be the Leonard Carl type of price. It needs to be less than 8 squads. Like, is Leonard Carl still out? I would love to look at this card. Yeah, it is. 7 days left. He's got 6 total SBC segments. If this Hansen SBC is similar to the Leonard Carl, then this could be really, really good. It needs to be that sort of like 400,000 coin, 500,000 coin price range for those stats and for the completability of the SBC to make it hype. That's where it needs to be. Julian Alvarez, probably the same thing. He's got a little bit worse stats, at least in my opinion, compared to Hansen. He may not be 5-star, 5-star. You need a striker with incisive, or would you rather have rapid? That's at least the way that I would look at it. But he's going to be good in game. If he's a good price as well, this could be good. All comes down to the price. Again, those might not be the 2 SBC players for today, but I'm going to guess they are just based off of the names. So watch out for maybe some other leaks pre-content about what SBC content could be coming today in terms of the players. Now, there's more than just the player SBCs that we're interested in, though. Finally, the 8314 is going away. We have had this, I think it might have been out since Team of the Year, guys, and that's honestly wild. We're in May, the middle of May, and we're going to be finally moving on from the 83x14 to an 84x10. And if you take a look again in game, switch screens here, the 83x14 is set to expire today on Friday, and that means this 84x10 is probably going to replace it. Now, what are the requirements for an 84x10 going to be? Hopefully, fingers crossed, the exact same. If they make it 2 squads, that's a problem. 84 squad, team of the week, team of the season, EA, do it. That would be great. And the other thing to mention about SBCs today would be like, the 82 plus player pick for La Liga and League One. Hopefully that comes out today, and hopefully the weight is pretty good, as that's been the most fun SBC during this last week. Your red player pick should be coming back today as well. Of course, if you've been doing those, or maybe even saving a red pick, you might be able to get a La Liga player right away today out of that red player pick as it comes out. And there might be an 87 to 90. Remember that there's an 87 to 90 SBC that has been leaked to be coming out soon. Don't really know when that could be, but that could be a part of today content release, because we had the 85 to 87 been out for ages, but the 87 to 90 is allegedly coming out as well. Actually, did the 85, I think the 85 to 87 went away. Yeah, that makes me think that the 87 to 90 is going to be coming out. If not today, then super duper soon. But that might have not even be the biggest part of content today, guys. It is not just the SBCs we're looking forward to. It is the evolutions leveling up. Now, as I'm recording this video, we don't have, unless I've completely missed it, we don't have any new news about the max 91 rated Cam Evo that is expected for today. Like, we don't have any requirements really, except for max 2 playstyle pluses that we saw from one of the leakers a couple of days ago. And we don't know what kind of stat boost or even playstyle pluses it gives. Now, some of the leakers did respond here in the comments below these tweets and say that, like, it sounds like a good playstyle plus is the first one. I think you want to have 2 good playstyle pluses on your cam to have an optimal chance at getting the best upgrade. If I had to guess, I would say like either finesse or incisive is first for this Evo, and then maybe like a quick step or something like that. Maybe a tiki taka would be next. It's really hard to deduce from this leak and from what other leakers have been talking about, because they haven't really given out the details. But really, for me, it comes down to the price. And we talked about this, right, in the last couple of days. The price matters the most, because that gives you an idea of how good the upgrade's going to be. We've had 125,000 coin Evos the last couple of Fridays. We need like a 200 to 250,000 coin Evo. Something that's going to like slap. That's, in my opinion, the price that I would like to pay to get an Evo card that absolutely wows me. You know what I mean? I would pay for that. Like, give me a card that gets stats into the 95s, into the 96s, that looks like a TOTS card that would sell for a couple $100K on the market. Make that card 5/5. Make that card, again, have the 3 playstyle pluses and have really good stat caps. Give it really good playstyles and playstyle pluses. Allow the playstyle base upgrades to go to 8 or 9 instead of 7 with the 3 playstyle pluses. That's like the perfect scenario for this Evo today. Now, we don't know, of course, exactly what that's going to be. It'll probably be leaked before content, but guys, you know what I'm going to say? Sell it in the hype. Even if the Evo is that good, kind of what I'm expressing and hoping to see, you want to sell all the tradable cards that you have as center attacking mids that would fit the Evo into the hype. So all your max 91 rated cams, get them out, just because you want to do that. You want to not risk it. And I'm going to say the same thing. I've got a couple of Cole Palmer cards. You probably want to sell regular center attacking mids. Like, let's say you've got a center attacking mid in your team. Even if it's a team of the season card, if this Evo is that good, or even if you just don't want to risk it, selling some of these cards might be a smart idea. I bought this Cole Palmer because I knew the FA Cup final is incoming. I think it's actually Saturday, I think. I'd have to check the date. But that's incoming, and there's an upgrade that could happen for this card. Not a great chance for that, but his card has arisen in the hype for that. I'm going to be selling him today. Maybe I'll hold 1 or 2, but I'm probably going to be selling him just to get out of that. So be very careful with center attacking mids. I'd also say that would be a position of card that we do not want to trade with after the content drop tonight. Now, other than that, what do we normally get on Fridays as well? We get the new TOTS Exhibition League, which comes out. So we should be getting the La Liga TOTS Exhibition League today. If we go to live events, I don't think it'll be there because these have not been coming up and like being shown ahead of time. They just drop on the promo Friday and they are there. So if you really need to finish up the League One, make sure you do that. I don't think that La Liga cards are going to move that much. I've been talking about that. I've been saying that. Maybe some cheaper cards will move. This Ter Stegen was actually the example that I talked about last week about a card that could potentially move for this La Liga TOTS exhibition. But the bro is extinct because of the goalkeeper Evo that came out. So he is not a card that would move today. But watch out for maybe some of those cheaper La Liga cards. They might move a little bit on the market. Now, actually, you know what? I forgot to mention something. Speaking of Evos, there was this leak for a build your own evolution that was incoming, a TOTS career path Evo. Gotta mention this because it was leaked. It hasn't been leaked by a lot of people. Makes me think that this might not be today, but we love this. Like, maybe this is gonna happen during Ultimate Team of the Season. Maybe that's like our promo Friday content next Friday. I don't know. But I think this is worth a mention because we love this type of Evo chain. We've had a lot of good experiences with it in the past before, with like Team of the Year, build your own Team of the Year type Evos and stuff like that. I'm really curious to see when this comes out and how it actually works. The thing with these Evos is, and it is, yeah, it can get confusing. So we're really gonna have to see how this comes out and how it's released and how EA strategized this, because if you guys remember, like the Immortal Evo that we had last year, I forget what the other Evo was that we had this year that was super crazy expensive and also confusing to kind of chain the cards. I think it was during Future Stars, kind of like the Future Stars Academy Evos. The more simple that they make it, the better, and it needs to be that, especially for this stage of the game. But we don't have a ton of news about this yet, so I'm curious. I like the idea, but I'm just genuinely curious right now to see what happens. Now, let's cover the last thing that I want to in today's video, and that's going to be the market, guys. We have had great Friday night bubbles in each of the past couple of weeks. Although, with the content that's been leaked today, we're talking about a striker, Julian Alvarez, we're talking about a right wing, right mid, Graham Hansen, and a Cam Evo. I think trading with defenders is going to be the way to go today. Obviously, if you take a look around the market, defender prices have been holding their own as well. Like if we go and take a look at Bundesliga Team of the Season cards, I still think Jonathan Tah is in the 6. He's 750. Wow. So he's been holding his own very, very well. But cards like Harry Kane still down at 3.4 mil. Elise is 5.1. And even some of the cheaper attackers have gone up in price a lot too. Upamecano doing great. Ryerson doing great. I think that if you're focusing on cards on the market to trade with today, out of packs Team of the Season would be very good. And I think you want to focus on defenders because nothing content-wise today, unless there's a surprise, looks like it's going to hurt defender prices. So that's where you're going to want to be trading. As always, guys, as this page is not loading very quickly at all, we want to be looking at fodder. I'm going to close a bunch of tabs and hopefully this loads faster. But you want to be looking at fodder. 85s are back down to 1.5K. Really, dude, a Thursday of Rivals rewards can change a whole lot. Yesterday, these cards were 2.2K before Rivals went down to 1.4, back up to 1.8. You know what? Buy 85s because probably later tonight, Friday night, with the content drop, new SBCs coming out, the regular SBCs refreshing, those will probably go to 2K plus again. So buy those at 1.5 to 1.6, sell those above 2,000 coins tonight for content, and I would even bid on 89s as well. Because those will probably rise a little bit tonight as well. If the SBC price for Hansen is good, these cards were 5, like literally 6K. Now they're down to 4.5. Yeah, get these on bid for 4.5 to 4.7. Fodder is easy money every single day on this game. The cards fluctuate fantastically, but you're probably going to want to sell them like right in the couple hours after content. You don't want to hold on to them too long because that's kind of your window to double dip. You can buy them now, sell them after content, and then buy them again later on, late Friday night, like Saturday. Basically, you can get involved with some of those fodder cards again because they will be coming down from Weekend League, and you'll be good to go there. Fodder is literally the easiest way to make coins right now if you're on a budget. Look at those cards. The other thing that I would say is start shopping around in the market for some other max 91 cards. I'm not going to shout Mbappe as an investment for this because he's about to go out of packs, of course. But like this is the type of player special cards, really 91 rated special cards that you're just going to want to keep an eye on the market, specifically like center defensive mids and defenders, because if we're going to get another max 91 Evo, we're starting with a Cam Evo. Maybe they go more like CDM or defender after that. We've had a lot of right back and left back situations recently, so maybe they wouldn't do that. I'm not entirely sure. But what I would tell you is keep a close eye on those max 91s, especially if they're like from older promos. Definitely watch that. And oh, final thing to mention in the video today, France's national team squad for the World Cup was announced. And guys, remember, answer the call cards get upgrades for making the final roster for their national teams. And this Conte card exploded. I tweeted it out yesterday. I'm going to load it up right now and flip it and show you guys the graph. I'm not telling you to invest in answer the call cards right now. What I'm telling you to do is watch the prices of answer the call cards in the next couple of weeks. I don't know why the France national team like posted their squad already, but it really kind of kicks into gear the situation that we're about to have because we're going to have more of these national teams releasing their final squads. The reason I say I don't know why they released it already is the deadline's like May 30th or something like that. So there's still a couple of weeks for these nations to turn in their squads. But this is going to be a great time to keep an eye on players like Harry Maguire, who is very likely to make the England squad, right? Do your research, check and see and make sure that people are not going to be injured. But if there's any price drops this weekend, like this Harry Maguire was 100,000 coins on Wednesday, 100,000 coins on Monday. You can see people are investing. He's up to 140 right now. That could be just regular Thursday market rise, or it could be people investing. All that to say, watch the answer the call cards, because once again, there's a +1 upgrade and a third play style plus on the line for anybody who makes their national team squad that has an answer the call player. Other players that don't could crash in price, so there's a little bit of risk here, but that's just one thing I wanted to mention because we're finally getting that time frame where those upgrades are incoming. Let's open an 83 by 14. No blue. All right, guys, literally, I think I packed 2 team of the seasons this week while we were gone. I did not open that many packs, but we don't have to add too many team of the season to the counter. I'm definitely behind on that, but we're going to catch up this week of La Liga team of the season. I'm super excited, man. We won't, unfortunately, be streaming today. We're going to be traveling back from the trip that we're on right now, but we will be, man, I can't even say if I'm streaming on the weekend because I don't know. It's not looking great. Maybe Sunday. I'm really wanting to, guys. Trust me. It's not for a lack of desire. It's for a lack of time and other things that are being planned that we just can't miss, you know? So Sunday's a maybe, but if not, Monday we're going to be back into things, full content, as always, with the streams. The YouTube videos will be continuing now. It'll be back to normal. We'll be back in the normal setup as well. No more Dolly Parton stuff behind me in this Dolly Parton themed room. I don't know if you guys caught on to that. Probably not because you can't see it all, but crazy, man. This Airbnb is nuts. Anyways, I will see you guys for a video tomorrow. We'll be recapping all the content that happened today on Friday with La Liga team of the season. Best of luck. I'll be keeping an eye on things via Twitter, so make sure you follow up on Twitter as well. I don't know why I'm opening packs. There we go. We end with a purple. It's probably fodder, but that is going to be the video for me today, guys. Thank you again for the love and support on the videos this week, and you know, thank you again for I know it's weird to say this. Thank you for being okay with me missing a video yesterday. Thank you guys for supporting the videos even when I don't upload for a day. Anyways, guys, love you. I will see you in a video tomorrow. It's been TheFutAccountant. Great pack luck to all of you today. Peace out.